Hey guys, this is my next old school game. I'm trying this out with a new recording software. This one is My Screen Recorder Pro. I have probably tried this about 9 times now. I'm having a lot of trouble getting a screen recorder that does what it's supposed to do. Let's hope that this one is the one that does the trick. I will let you guys know in a separate video my trials and lack of tribulations thus far. I think I actually know what tribulations means enough to be able to say that. I bet you guys don't know what tribulations means. Ooh, I'm better than you. That's just because I just am. Okay, anyway. Okay, so this is MinerVGA. This is my next old school game, and this is where I got my icon. I will be changing it now that I've uploaded it. Shortly, not right away, but shortly. This is the help menu. First thing I'd like to warn you about is this X button. Exit to DOS. Note, your game is lost. There is no confirmation. It does not say, are you sure? Do you really mean it? I'll miss you. Something like that. It doesn't say anything. It just goes, ooh, you lost your game. Here's your high scores. You sucked because you quit long before you meant to. And it says right here, press any key to continue. But if you press X, it will quit the game. So press any key to continue, except for X. Just so you know. And what's really annoying is when you enter a building, you have to press X to leave the building. But just don't press it twice. Just press it once, not twice. And don't enter a building with X, because that'll quit the game. Moving on. So press any key. I'm going to press spacebar. This is a good, harmless button. Although it's awfully close to the X, so be careful. Don't, use a pork chop. Yeah, that's right, a pork chop to hit the spacebar, because you might hit the X. Just warning. Just warning. You could be right in the middle of a wonderful platinum streak and press X. And you just get a big smile on your face. And you're just like, I love this game. It's so great. It doesn't save it. It just quits the game right there. Okay. It's like freaking out. And I might not even be recording any of this. So what am I doing? What am I doing? Okay, so up here is your minerals. How many minerals you've got? I've got 0, 0, and 0. Ooh. And this is my health. I've got 100% health. 100%. It's like more than 1%, but less than 200. Okay. Bank account, $1,500. If only that was like 150,000 if that was a comma or over, and you know what I mean. Strangeness. Messages. Messages are one of the funniest parts of this game, and you have is your inventory. This is sort of your status, let's call it. This is your view screen of the world with the beautiful graphics of the clouds and the birds and the wheels. And this is somehow a street, maybe? I don't know what this is. This is dirt. This is an elevator shaft. This is the sky. And you press up and it says, you can't fly, dummy. Here is the elevator. But before we go down into the depths of destruction of the dirt, we need to go in here and get some tools, because you gotta spend money to earn money. So don't enter with X, enter with E. And then it says press X to leave the store. It's like, you're lying to me. You're lying. No, it's true, but okay. So the shovel and the pick brings the cost of digging through dirt down to $8 a piece per block. And there's things that cost different prices, but mostly it's dirt that you're dealing with these things. And they last forever, so simple $250 for pressing A and B is well worth it. Unless you're really unlucky and can't find any minerals at the beginning of the game, and you lose because you run out of money. You can go a little bit negative, but you can't go a lot negative. I don't know what the number is. The drill right here goes through granite, which costs $100. The bucket here goes through water, which costs $40. I think it might only cost $40 when you get one of the super rare items. We'll talk about those later. And the Dynamite Wheel blow a whole bunch of stuff up and uncover a whole bunch of things. And I haven't found a very good use for the dynamite. It doesn't seem to work very well. It seems like it costs more than you earn. But if you want to try that, go for that. But here are the two things that differentiate the game. You can sort of do it one way or another. You can use the lantern and the torch to sort of detect what's in front of you before you even start digging there. It's the safe way to go. Usually nets you the more money. Or you could just go hog wild and start digging things and use the save and load system to try and get as much as you can and as cheap as you can without ever having to use these things. Now the saving load system will quit the game and come back into the game, quit the game, come back into the game. So it takes a long time to save and load. So I'm kind of wanting to go with a little bit more of a cautious way. Also, it kind of has a system to it. So let's go D and F. Okay, now we're going to press X once. Remember, once. To leave the store. Okay. We could go and show you the other buildings, but I can do that later. So let's go over to the elevator shaft and get shafted. As you see, we have $850. When we move from this square to this square, we have used electricity. And it costs $30. And you're thinking to yourself, $30 just to go from here to here. Imagine how expensive it is to go down all the way down to here. Well, actually, that's the only time it costs any money at all. It only costs money to go from here to here, and it costs $30. But let's talk about these little squares. Obviously, this is in a giant grid situation. Every one of these little squares right here are all over the place. There's a square right here. This door is a square right here. It's a giant grid. And this entire area is made up of two different tile sets, and they're mirrors of each other. If you see this little white dot right here, it's actually 2 pixels. It's a perfect square right here with the exact mirroring of it on this side. If you look at the mirror where the white dot is in the upper left corner of this square right here, that means there's nothing in that square. If you see something with a mirror in the where the dot is in the upper right corner, like this, that means there is something in that square. And you can effectively use that to really carefully look at it and see where everything is. So I'm going to come over to probably in this region right here, because there's a whole bunch of stuff. So I'm going to move down 2 spots, and I'm going to dig through here, as it's costing $8 per dig. And there we go. We have detected a whole bunch of gray boxes. Just in case you guys wanted to get some gray boxes, this game's a great place to find some. Anyhow, now the gray boxes mean that there's something there. You don't know what it is, but there's something there. And the way you can figure out what is there is totally random luck of going back and forth and trying to see what's there. So I'm going to move back and forth between these 2 spaces, and I'm going to see every once in a while one of these things is going to pop up and tell you what's there without you actually having to mine there. And that's a major part of this game. Okay, so this is the first thing we found, which is not necessarily positive, but not bad either. This is sandstone. It's easier to dig through sandstone than it is to dig through regular dirt, and so it only costs $4 to go through it instead of $8. And let's keep going back and forth and find some more stuff. Ah, this is granite. You cannot go through granite unless you have a drill, and it costs, I think, $100 to go through granite, and your pick and shovel do not help you whatsoever. Oh, more granite. And you can walk into it if you don't have a drill. Well, actually, you have to press D and then drill the granite. So you can go clink, clink. Granite is too hard to dig, and it doesn't cost a thing or your health or anything like that. So you can go and whack into that as much as you want. Ah! And here we have water. This isn't the drinking kind of water. This is the get in your way kind of water. Oh my god, why are you right there kind of water. Just so you know. Now, as you can see, I'm only near this one when I'm standing here, and I'm only near this one when I'm standing here. So I see this one half of the time, and this one half of the time. If you add that up, you see 1 block all the time, which is worth 1 point. It's not actually a real point system, it's just a way that you can sort of figure out if you're wasting time in an area. If you're only making half of a point by like walking between these 2 spots, it's a total waste of time. I usually try to go for 2 points, but I'm trying to show you guys more of the stuff. I'll try to explain that point system a little bit better soon.